This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Tuesday, July 13th. I'm Jeff here with my friends Stephanie and Brandon. A lot to get to. Let's jump right in today, guys. All right. The Emmy nominations are out. They were revealed earlier today, and unlike last year, am I hearing Tori in my ear?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. The show's already ruined. Unlike last year, the show will feature a live audience. Comedian Cedric the Entertainer announced on Instagram that he's hosting the show this year. As for the big nominees, The Crown picked up 24 nominations. Wow. It tied with the Star Wars-inspired show The Mandalorian. That's a lot. Fan favorite Ted Lasso, my favorite, picked up 20 nominations, including Best Actor in a Comedy Series for Jason Sudeikis, and The Queen's Gambit scored 18 nominations, including one for lead actress Anya Taylor-Joy. Pose came out with 3 nominations, including one for each of its leads, Billy Porter and MJ Rodriguez. And after being shut out from other award shows, HBO's I May Destroy You picked up 3 noms, including one for lead actress Michaela Cole. And Reggae Jean Page scored his first Emmy nomination for Bridgerton. There we go. Any of those? Anybody watch any of these?
I think I've watched nearly all of them apart from Ted Lasso, which is your fave.
It's pretty good.
I keep meaning to watch it, but it's just not got me just yet.
I think you would enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it too. It's really funny. It's European based.
I know.
It's about soccer,
I know.
and it's just the writing's terrific.
So what's up with the European shows taking over the Emmys? The Crown, 24 nominations. Like, come on.
But at
and
least
then
we got an
Ted
American
Lasso
in there.
Oh, we do. But why is it all the same shows? I don't get it. There's so much, but there's so much great TV out there. It's always the same shows. Blackish. It's the same shows.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. So you're not talking about the shows that came out a long time ago. You're talking about that it's like you're not seeing any fresh material.
No fresh material yet. And
well, we have been in a pandemic, you know, and also it takes so long to get into the Emmys as well. So I don't think necessarily that it's like that there's no fresh material. I think we'll see things like that are happening this year and that have happened over the course of COVID coming into play next year, if that makes sense. Because they need to be watched, they need to go through the ratings, they need to go through the whole judging panel, you know. So I think that's the reason why.
And I would disagree. I think there's way too much content out there. I just don't think people have time to watch all of it, right?
Yeah.
So they go with whatever's popular and then they watch that.
But one person on this list who I'm glad he's up for lead actor, Kenan Thompson. Kenan Thompson, for his show Kenan, like, I'm not a sitcom guy, but that guy, he doesn't get enough credit, I feel like. He doesn't get enough national spotlight because I grew up watching him on All That, Nick at Night, you know, that sort of thing. He definitely deserves this credit, and I really hope he wins this because, I mean, he should be a household name with his body of work.
He is.
Is he, though?
I think he stays out of the tabloids, which doesn't put you up there with the Kardashians and other stories that we always cover, right? When you stay out of the tabloids, you're not that quote-unquote A-list celebrity, and I think that's, in my mind, a better career.
I think so too. One person that like I can't get over, and I don't know why the world goes bonkers for, the Duke of Hastings, Reggie, or what is it?
I don't think anyone's going bonkers. I don't know what you're talking about.
People go crazy for him, and now he's up for an Emmy.
Who's this?
Ray J?
Yeah, what?
I heard Ray J.
Reggie J. Page.
Oh, Ray J.
Oh, from Bridgerton. From Bridgerton. Oh, my cousin.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we look just alike. You know how many texts I get like, "Oh, you look like the guy from Bridgerton." I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
That's a compliment. He's a handsome guy. If there's a definition of a Greek god being brought down to life and put in a mere mortal's body, it's him.
Whoa.
It's him. But
that does look like Brandon. Come on.
That guy, I don't know why he's winning over every woman's heart. He needs serious therapy. He's got abandonment issues. He's off out drinking and gambling, and all the women are like, "Swoon, take me."
Sounds like me.
He doesn't deserve
Are we
an
talking
Emmy.
about Brandon or Ray J. Page?
Or Ray J. Which one?
Ray J. Page.
Debatable, but no, I just don't get it. And everyone's gone mad for the most boring show I've ever seen.
All right. Well, Stephanie shared her opinions. It looks like, speaking of, Khloe Kardashian, we're bringing up the Kardashians again, has found herself in a love triangle with her exes. So, Khloe's former flames Lamar Odom and Tristan Thompson are engaged in a war of comments on Instagram. Woo-hoo. Let's get to this. It's all over this photo. Khloe posted in a bikini under a shower. First, Lamar commented with, quote, "hottie," and a bunch of heart emojis and a flame emoji. Yeah, you guys were waiting all night for this, right? Then Tristan chimed in with a couple of hearts and a thirsty emoji. But he also added a comment to Lamar saying, quote, "God brought you back the first time. Play if you want. Different results."
That's a
referring to Lamar's near-death overdose at a brothel in Las Vegas back in 2015. If you remember, Lamar and Khloe had recently separated at that time.
Oh, guess who?
We're going to skip commercial breaks and just talk all about this.
I mean, there's nothing else to talk about because, and you know who I blame for this?
Who?
I blame Ben Affleck for this.
What?
Yeah.
How are you going to do this?
Because Lamar Odom thinks he's Ben Affleck, and he thinks Tristan Thompson is A-Rod, and K-Lo is J-Lo. So you see where I'm going here. He thinks he has a shot because Tristan shows a little A-Rod-esque like behavior. That's why tendencies from time to time. So now Lamar's like, I've trying to clean up my life. He was on Dancing with the Stars. He's done a lot since then. Maybe the door's open.
Maybe he's ready to shoot his second shot.
Huh?
Maybe he's ready to shoot his shot.
Oh, he wants to get back in there, you think?
I mean, I think so. I mean, why else is he doing that?
But I don't know, we talk about the Kardashians a lot. So isn't Khloe and Lamar, that's kind of like the...
Done and dusted.
No.
Not
I
really.
feel like that's like the Scott Disick. Like no matter who everyone dates, they're always going to be known as Khloe and Lamar.
Yeah, I think she was crazy in love with him, and I think she put up with a lot during their time together, and she would have done a lot for him. And like, let's remember, the whole Bunny Ranch situ was when they were on a break. So I don't think Tristan's extra activities were whilst they were on a break. So I don't know what he's piping up for.
He threw in a thirsty emoji. Isn't that kind of a bad thing?
No, thirsty emoji.
Oh, that's a good thing?
Yeah. You
You
make my saliva bubble. Like that's that's how good you look.
Cool picture in the shower. Thirsty. Like, why don't you tell him attention like Tori back there?
I don't think. Wow, that just went. No. But I think I look at it like this. Like, let's say Khloe and Tristan do break up. They're gone for good.
They are.
He still would not want Lamar Odom around because at the end of the day, my kid is in that household. That's still my kid.
Well, then you shouldn't have screwed up.
No, you still need to watch who you bring around my child. That's in a lot of men.
Do you think that was a okay comment to write? Like God brought you back the first time? I don't know if that's cool to write something like that.
It's just like a male lion in the Serengeti walking up and marking his territory.
But he's
sitting there claiming his territory.
Except we're on Instagram with thirsty emojis.
Yeah. It's 2021, Jeff. It's 2021.
It's a new Serengeti. All right. There is yet another reality dating series on the horizon, okay? So HBO Max is launching Bleep Boy Island. Yep. Listen, here's how it works. We'll just show you.
There are 24 men. 12 of them are nice guys. The other 12, self-proclaimed boys.
Bro.
He's really cute, but he looks like he's gonna ruin my life.
It's up to these 3 ladies and you at home to figure out who the is who. I don't even know. It's gonna be hard.
I like it.
You
I
like it?
actually like it.
I was thrown off at first because I thought something else when I first watched it.
What did you think?
I thought it was 24 guys on an island, and the title of the show was kind of misleading.
Oh.
And I was like, how are they going to make a reality show out of this?
I bet it would sell.
It definitely would, so I was waiting for it.
It would sell.
Would.
I mean, this is one of those reality shows. If B. London back in his 20s, I would have hopped up on this. I would have hopped up on this reality show.
gone on it.
This thing is going to take one of those men, and they're going to be a star. If you think about the reality shows and the bad person, the bad guy, the bad personality, they come out to be the star of the show.
Brandon, you want to walk
Bleep
into
Boy
a restaurant
Island?
and you want people to be like, oh, that's Brandon from Bleep Boy Island.
Back in the 20s, they, in a club in Miami, they would have been like, that's Brandon, the Bleep Boy. You know what I'm saying? Like some woman, like, you know.
You're going to be in your 40s in a long time, but you can't be known as Bleep Boy.
You're in your 40s, you're known as Big Brother.
It's not Bleep Boy.
Bleep Boy sounds a lot more fun.
No.
For when you're 22, when you have kids and stuff, and you're like, Dad, did you and Mom meet on Bleep Boy Island?
Yes, son.
Yes.
And it was a great time.
Oh my gosh.
You're not going to chime in?
You're not going to jump in?
For words. I actually think it
Would
was.
you meet your husband on Bleep Boy Island?
There's no way would I go on that show in any capacity. I would love to host something like that because I'd be in hysterics and I would stir that pot like crazy. But would I want to be on it? No. Hell, I don't know.
I'm sure we could have some kind of connection to get you on season 2.
Nah, not me. Not at
Brandon
36 years old.
Oh,
not at 36 years old. I said,
those guys don't look like they're all in their 20s to me.
Stephanie, I'm hosting a nationally syndicated talk show. I have no time for Bleep Boy Islands now.
There, he's bringing it back. He's walking it back. All right, guys. Coming up on DBL, Rihanna's house for rent. We'll tell you how much it costs to stay at her Beverly Hills mansion, and Heidi Klum reveals the secret to making her marriage work. What she says is the key to their relationship.
Closed captioning provided by.
You guys, I gotta keep talking about this love triangle. I think Khloe and Lamar could get back together.
thank you. And
I don't think they will.
Really?
I think Khloe will always hold a torch for Lamar, but I
think
think
so
he
too.
went too far with what he did.
He's changed so much. much. He's cleaned his act up.
Went too far. He just went to a bunny ranch.
And they were broken up.
Yeah, what's
Or
wrong
they were
with
at least
that?
separated at the time.
No,
Pay somebody's tuition. Like,
You
that's all he
know?
was doing.
No,
And she took Tristan back after all he's done. And we all know
but she
what
had
he's
a
done.
child with Tristan.
True, that does make a difference.
I think it makes
that
a
does
difference.
make a difference.
I think
it does.
once you've had a child with someone,
It changes everything.
It changes everything, and you have to put that child first above yourself. And it's a shame that Tristan clearly didn't do that.
He's so gross. I cannot stand him. When he posted those thirsty emojis on it.
Yeah, I think
did you
that's
see
really
the people coming
not
after
cool.
him? No,
I
get
wouldn't
out
want
of
a
here.
thirsty emoji.
Leave Khloe alone. Like you can co-parent, that's fine, but don't be commenting on her Instagrams where she's in a bikini after you've cheated on her 100 times.
Yeah, no, it's not
He
cool.
was
What is that face? What do
He
you
was
think?
probably laying on the. He probably took the picture.
No.
Let's be honest.
No.
Man, you think that man hasn't been over there since all
Of
this?
course he has because he's True's dad, but
I don't think he's been over there in that way.
no, I don't either. I think Khloe has finally come to her senses, and this time
I
it's
think when
done for
Khloe
good.
is done,
I
she's
hope.
done.
I think so too. I think you're right.
Y'all need to get back to reality and watch Bleep Boy Allen, because I don't know what y'all are watching. Like, y'all really think that, like,
I am
y'all
gonna
really
watch
think
that show,
that
by the
people
way.
are like, oh no, you cheated. I'm not
totally
gonna take
gonna
you back.
watch
Just
that
think of
show.
your
Yeah,
friends.
I'm gonna watch that show. I need you to be the host of that show someday. That would be
so,
awesome.
but
Yeah.
wow, the girl
Just
that
think of your
Tristan
friends that have
was.
taken someone back countless times.
Maybe when you have a baby, but it's
Yeah, I
different.
think when you're young, maybe, but not when you're our age and older. Not when you're
At her
Khloe
age.
Kardashian and you've got a
she's
child.
too good for him.
But then when you're at that age, now that dating pool starts to shrink a
Not
little
when
bit.
you're Khloe
Yeah, but he
Kardashian,
messed up
it
not
doesn't.
once, not twice, not 3 times. He just kept on going.
We all should be forgiven for our sins.
Okay, Brandon. DBL Nation, let us know what you think. We'll see you soon. Let's go to the desk and chat with our host, guys.
Welcome back to DBL. Heidi Klum says she found the secret to being a so-called good wife. So Heidi told Fox News she watched the Euro final soccer match with her husband, not because she's a fan of the sport, but because she said she wants to be that good wife who takes part in her husband's interests, because it makes him happy. But she said that the husband should also reciprocate and do stuff his wife likes too. I think that's good. I agree with that.
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I think it's fair enough. I think as well with the Euros, it's once every like 3 years, so it's not every 4. It's not like a huge ask. So like you can grit your teeth and bear it. If it's once every 4 years, yeah, I can do that.
How about football games on Sundays? Let's keep it American.
Every single Sunday.
It's only 17
weeks,
games
18
now.
weeks.
18 weeks now.
18 weeks.
You don't have to watch every
18
game, but how
weeks.
about you just pop in for a game or two? The playoffs.
One or two is fine. Don't ask for 18 weekends.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, when he goes, I'm going out with my lads to go watch the Bears lose to the Giants, don't give him any, you just did that last weekend. Now I got to be at the house. We're planning my friend's birthday party now. You got me with all the invites all by myself. Don't do that because, you know, like, you don't want that man to resent you because you won't allow him to have fun and to do this.
I'm guessing someone's...
No, it's just think of how many people. Just think of how many friends are like when you hit them
I
up.
totally
Like,
get what you're
hey, let's
saying.
go hang out. Oh man, I can't. Belinda says that I go and hang out too much, or we go and watch soccer too much.
Belinda
You know
runs
what I'm
a tight
saying?
ship. But if you give Belinda what she wants sometimes, then maybe you'll come over and watch some
I think
football on
Heidi's
Sundays.
right in what she's saying. You know, it always helps if you like take a bit of an interest. Although I did have an ex-boyfriend who wanted to go camping all the time, and I tried.
Yeah, but you did.
I tried.
Yeah, you totally did.
I really tried. And then there was a time when I was just like, this is just not for me. This is just so not for me. It's a hard no, line in the sand. So moving forward, will I ever do it again? No, I will
So
not.
I like camping, okay, and I want to take my kids camping with my wife. My wife is more of a glamper.
Yeah.
That's like the basement she'll go.
Okay.
How do I get her to come camping with me?
Okay, so you've got to think of the creature comfort. So she needs at least a blow-up air mattress, a proper one. None of this sleeping on the floor. Take real bed linen.
Okay.
So like take your real pillows, your real duvets and all of that. If it's cold, you need an electric heater. So you've got to
electric heater in a tent?
You need
the wilderness?
warmth. Yeah. I mean, there's basic things that you need. If you're going to take, you need real cutlery. I'm not. I don't want plastic knives and forks when I'm eating.
Where do I get cutlery?
You bring it. I want napkins.
And napkins in the woods?
Yeah.
And cutlery and a heater?
Man,
Yeah.
Stephanie, you staying home and I'm just like, you know what? Nah, you don't have to go. I think she's doing that. See, that's when it's like when I offer someone some Twizzlers. Like I'm only doing it to be nice, but it's one of my favorite candies. I don't want you to eat it. So that's why she's saying like, oh yeah, we can go camping, but you got to have proper cutlery. We have to have this. And then the guy's he just lets you out of it. So that's why you're doing that. You know?
No, I was doing it because I will participate.
Okay.
But
cutlery's just plates, right? And pots and pans?
you need pots and pans. What are you going to eat out of?
I mean, I'm not going to live out there. I'm going camping.
Well, yeah, well, that's just lovely.
I learned what cutlery was, and I learned don't take a Twizzler from Brandon.
No.
All right, we're out of here. Coming up on DBL, Rihanna's Beverly Hills mansion is up for rent. The pretty penny you have to pay to be this. You gotta pay a lot to stick around.
It seems like the finish line for the coronavirus pandemic is in sight, but scientists warned 5 large clusters of unvaccinated people in the U.S. could push that finish line further back. Let's connect the dots. Researchers at Georgetown University tracking COVID vaccination rates identified 5 clusters of unvaccinated people that could pose a problem. Those clusters include residents in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Most include rural areas, but also some smaller cities. In all, more than 15 million people live in those clusters, and less than 30% are fully vaccinated. The U.S. COVID-19 Vaccination Tracking Project says the fact that these are clusters is a problem. We don't interact with other people at random. Instead, we socialize with people that live near us, meaning unvaccinated people in those areas have a greater chance of interacting with other unvaccinated people, allowing COVID to spread. So why do those clusters matter, especially if you're already vaccinated? Scientists warn these areas could be the next breeding ground for a COVID-19 variant. The Delta variant is already much more contagious than the original COVID-19, and vaccines appear to be less effective against it. The next variant could be worse. Experts warn the longer COVID spreads, the more opportunity it has to mutate. Connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. If you want to live like a star, you can now rent out Rihanna's Beverly Hills mansion. I want to call her Riri because I feel like we're close. But let me tell you, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. The house is more than 7,000 square feet with 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms. It's decorated with a black and white theme throughout the house. And it also features an open-air central courtyard. Wow, with a terrace, pool, spa, and fire pit. All of this could be yours. For a cool, did you look at it? I wanted you to guess.
Tell them what she's won, Bob.
An $80,000 a month rental fee. That's what you won.
AKA, we're going broke after this.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
if you could afford it.
If I could afford it, I would do that.
Just to say you stayed in Riri's house?
Absolutely, because if you think about it, Rihanna is like one of those cultural icons. She's going to be one of those Britney Spears. So you see how people get attached to Britney Spears. So if you have the opportunity to stay at one of their house and actually walk around and kind of like feel like them and like be like, oh, this is where she made Ponda Rude Boy gonna put it up, like that song. You know, I can see people doing that, and that's, you know, it's just something.
Is it creepy, kind of?
No.
What do you mean, no? You don't think there's going to be any creepers in there?
I think there'll definitely be some creepers that go, but I reckon that they'll want a long-term rental lease. They're not just going to have it on Airbnb for kicks, are they? It's not going to be open to any single person.
Yeah, because just anybody can't afford 80 grand.
If you could stay in anybody's house, let's get creepy. Who would you stay in?
Aubrey Drake Graham's.
Who's that?
Drake.
Oh, just
have you seen pictures of Drake's house?
In Toronto?
In Calabasas. The one in Calabasas.
Isn't Bill the one in Toronto? I don't know what I'm talking about.
When I say the boy's got his own money, the boy's got his own money. Yeah. So yeah, the one in Calabasas. I mean, you just see pictures, and that's a career. That's another thing. It's an attachment to a celebrity. I've followed his career for quite some time, since best I ever had. So staying in that house, two things. I got invited to the party there, and then another thing, it's like you get to feel part of that success. Me being a fan of his music.
Let me ask you this: you're a big fan, right?
Okay. Yep.
$80,000 a month is a lot. Do you feel like you need to take a little bit more from the house? You know what I mean?
No.
You wouldn't take any souvenirs?
I'm not stealing from there.
What? You wouldn't take a souvenir?
People have done that loads of times when they go, like, so you can go around the Buckingham Palace, where the royals live, and people do definitely try and sneak stuff like toilet roll and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll get something good that I could like put on my mantle and be like, I stayed here.
Yeah, but like, what are you gonna take?
Just something little, like a bookend or something.
That's not little.
That's not little.
Like a knife and a fork.
But look, take a souvenir, you lie.
Yeah, I ain't lying, because I did take a robe from the hotel I stayed at in Paris and brought it back here.
But you're not gonna take Drake's robe.
Yeah, a robe. So, yeah.
Very interesting stuff. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
56% of Americans say they've experienced trouble sleeping since the start of the pandemic. You ask, do melatonin supplements work? So let's verify. Our sources are the American Academy of Sleep Medicine and Dr. Nancy Behrens, a sleep physician and director of Novant Health Sleep Services.
For some people, melatonin does work.
Melatonin is a hormone that our brains produce to help regulate our sleep cycles. It helps us feel drowsy. A 2013 analysis found that on average, people with insomnia fell asleep about 7 minutes faster with melatonin than with a placebo.
So who's a good candidate for melatonin?
People who are having trouble sleeping, some older people their own brains do not make as much melatonin as they need. People who are doing shift work might find that taking melatonin helps.
Melatonin is a booming business. According to the Nutrition Business Journal, sales grew 42.5% last year to a whopping $687 million.
What are some of those top tips that you give people if they do come to you and say, I'm having trouble sleeping?
Making sure that things are very dark and quiet overnight. We don't want the television on overnight. We don't want you to be looking at your phone or screens in the hour before bed or overnight, because the screens are bright and they actually inhibit your own production of melatonin.
It's important to keep in mind that supplements like melatonin are not regulated by the FDA.
We don't have the same testing or quality control that we do for prescription medications.
Dr. Behrens recommends visiting consumerlab.com to check the quality of whatever supplement you're taking. So we can verify, yes, melatonin does work, but you should always consult your doctor first. With your Verify, I'm Sarah French.
DBL is your daytime destination.
Does this feel good?
This lifted my spirits. We're chatting with the stars.
One of the highlights of my life.
To turn up the notch on that.
It is spectacular.
Thank you.
And talking about what everyone is talking about. I want to set the record straight.
I feel like I'm going to offend somebody here.
I'm in so much trouble.
This is nonsense.
Al's not lying.
What? Yes! Yes!
DBL is all new every day.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. So there's a new romance scam circulating the internet, and here's what you need to look out for. Typically, romance scams involve a victim falling in love online only for their money to be stolen. This time, the scammers are making fake websites to draw people in. The Better Business Bureau says the websites look legit with dating profiles, but it's all fake. The sites will ask you to sign up for a membership with your credit card, and once you pay, you're out of luck. So always do your research before giving out your credit card info online. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-439-9017 or visit lifelock.com to learn more.
They're going to the websites now. Sheesh.
Yeah, because then people are going to think they're signing up to something legitimate, and then it's just stealing the money. It's terrible. Again, I say this every time. Look for reviews. Google it. Look for other reviews. But also, that's something that can be fake, too.
Did you know Ashley Madison is still up?
Ashley Madison?
The website.
Is it?
For like
that leaked all that information?
Yeah, that's still up.
Wow.
I accidentally I typed it in the other day. I was just searching it. I promise you, it popped up because we were talking about, what was it, the John and Kate +8 guy, and we talked about him the other day, and I remember that from years ago. I was like, oh, he got caught up on Ashley Madison. I wonder if it's still there. And I just clicked up and looked.
Aren't there plenty of other sites you could go to, though?
So many.
Yeah. One that already had a security breach like that.
Yeah, go find others. There are plenty out there.
Speaking of security breach, you know what else is another trick to look out for? People will CC you know how we always say, like, look at where it came from, and it's like some crazy URL?
Yes.
People will CC their actual website. So when you look at it, you see, oh, this is from actually Verizon or whatever.
Oh, wow.
So make sure you look at where it's coming from. Look at the URL, not the CC. All right. Good knowledge right there, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.